Hello everybody, my name is Sirhc and welcome back to another episode on the NightOwl server. Out here in the middle of the ocean with Kamikaze and
Hi.
Micro I think went to go get some sand
Yeah.
because now that we have these guardians and these guardian
Spawning
spawning
areas.
areas, the monument things, um, we are going to set up a farm so that we can get all the prismarine shards and crystals that we could ever want.
Mm-hmm.
So Chad, Micro, and Kamikaze, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
found this area out here in the ocean. It didn't spawn a temple because this is like 1.6 generation, or because we already generated the area.
Wow.
But it is spawning guardians, so we're gonna set up our farm here. We're not too far away from spawn, like 1,000 blocks or so.
Yeah.
So I guess our plan, first of all, we got to get this whole thing cleared out of water so that we can stop the guardians from spawning. They're
Yep.
not very nice.
No, they're obnoxious.
This guy, he wants me.
He wants you.
Stop. Go away. You know what? I can shoot you too. Okay.
Stop.
No, it's going on you. So yeah, we got a big project ahead of us. Just gonna trying to clear this out, and then we have to make a farm. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, we will get to work.
Yep.
Well, we're making some progress here. We have a wall made out of sand going around the whole spawning area, which, by the way, oh, that someone took down the pillar. Yeah, there wasn't a monument here at all, and so I actually went into like another world with the same seed to kind of see where the monument actually spawns and get like the coordinates of the corners of it. And the corners of the monument, like one of them was like right here or so, and then you have to, if you're clearing out all the water, you have to clear it out up to 9 blocks away. This is the 9th block. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I think the temple would have ended like right on this line. This would have been the edge of the temple. And then you have to clear out 9 blocks out, and on every side. And so it's a pretty big area. I think it's like 74 blocks by 74. It's pretty crazy. But you know, we got to get rid of all this water inside so that we don't have guardians spawning except for in our actual farm. So what we've been doing is making walls around. We have 5 block wide strips of water, and then we make walls to kind of block it off. That way, when we use these sponges to soak up the water, it doesn't all just fill in. So yeah, basically you just gotta hop in here, and then you place down sponges. Kind of have to go like from one side to the other because it doesn't quite reach both sides. So you just gotta quick go from one side so that it doesn't fill up again. Whoops. Totally just placed that where it didn't need to be. Ah, and these guardians, these are so annoying. We have a resistance and regen beacon going because these guys are nasty, and I have no doubt that we would be dying a lot without that. So we'll do there, we'll do here. Then we have a little area right there we can soak up. We've still got 7 sponges, so we can still do a bit here. We actually have some more sponges, but Vert logged out with them at the temple that we raided last episode. So I think Kamikaze, he's on right now. He's been helping a lot with this. I think him and Shireen actually got quite a bit done today while I was away at work. Alright, so that's all that we can do there. Get off of me. And now it's the fun part of going back and collecting all the sponges, which is probably one of the most annoying things, because you kind of have to climb up to the top and then like break them on your way down. Get out of here, stupid. Stupid guardians. They are so annoying. Just constantly knocking you around, especially when you make these walls. And Like usually I get into the water and just kind of place sand in front of me as I go and just let it fall down. And these guys are just constantly hitting you and knocking you down. But yeah, so right now it's just a lot of this. It's a lot of placing sponges strategically and blocking off sections and clearing out the water and collecting back up the sand and then making more strips. And yeah, got a bit more work to do. We got 2.5 strips done now, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 strips. So we are a fifth of the way done with the clearing out part. And then we have to clear out some of the ground because they spawn, I think the lowest level they spawn is like level 40, and this is level 48. So we gotta dig that down a little bit. And then we have to actually build the farm. So yeah, we're gonna continue working on this. Hoo baby. That was a lot of work. A lot of work to clear this out, but we finally did it. That water, you know, even with sponges, it takes so much time, and there's so much back and forth between the furnaces and placing them, putting all the rows of sand, and but we cleared it out. We cleared it out, and digging down the rest of it, I dug this all down to level 40. Yeah, 40. And that didn't take too long. You know, I changed over the beacon to haste 2, and so I was able to dig this out pretty quickly. There was a section over here, a rather large section that Chadward had actually like pre-dug, so that was kind of nice to have that. And yeah, so we're ready to like build the farm, get this thing going. I dug a hole down to bedrock. We're going to drop the Guardians. They do burn in fire now. When they first came out, they didn't, but now they are susceptible to fire and lava. And so that's one way you could kill them. I don't like that as much. I like just a clean kill, I guess. You know, I tried like just having them burn in lava and then hoppers underneath to like pick them up. But like even if you have the lava like a block above the hoppers, the Guardians just bounce around so much that items were getting burned. And I could put like a layer of lava here that they fall through to burn, then they wouldn't have to fall so far. But you know, it's not so bad. I like how this turned out. So down here is the collection area. I actually have this all set up and built. It's kind of a little annoying to set up, but I got it. Took a lot of hoppers and such. So this is, well, we're at level 6 right now. That's at level 40. I think I could bring that down. Well, I think like where the edge of this is right now, they could fall that far. They have to fall like 34 blocks. And I guess it's, well, we're at 39 right now. So yeah, anyways, well, we're gonna put a block right on top of this, and so they should fall about 34 blocks down to here. Plus they usually jump when they get to the edge of water streams, so they're gonna kind of jump in the air and then fall down. So this should be plenty big enough drop to kill them. All the items will go into these hoppers, and I have the hoppers split into 2, just in case this. I'm hoping that this farm is really efficient and we can get lots of drops. And when I was doing some tests in creative and single player, one output of hoppers wasn't enough to keep up with the items. So here we have 2 outputs. These will go over to this dropper elevator. This half will go over to this dropper elevator. They'll go up, and I'm using something that I've never done before and never even thought about doing, but the droppers just shoot items into this water stream, and then I have some packed ice that pushes it along. And then this I learned from the zip crowd. If you put a slab underneath here, or a slab like interrupting the water stream on the top part with ice underneath, the items will actually go right through. So you'll see them pop out and then go into that hopper there. So that's kind of cool. And then I have hoppers sorting the items. And one thing I did was I spaced the sorting things out a block, because if you have these sorting things, if you have these systems like right next to each other, they do work. But if you accidentally get too many items into a hopper, like the way that these work is the signal strength will just extend down to this one, and then it will power this block and turn off a torch, and then the hopper will pull items out. If you get too many items, then the signal can extend over to like the next sorting system right next to it, and that can cause some very bad issues. So I made sure that they were one block apart so that they don't interfere with each other. And so I have these two sets of chests for one item. The items go through the hoppers, and then that hopper is actually going into that one. And so what will happen is the items will get pulled down by this hopper and all the way down into this chest, and then it can fill up all the way to that chest, and then once that hopper is full, then items will go down and fill up this row of chests. So we have one section for prismarine shards, and then the next section can be for crystals, and then the next section can be for fish, and then I have one last section for random things. It is possible for like squid to spawn in there and drop some ink into here, and so ink sacs will end up in there, and if anything else happens to fall into this, they'll all end up in that last row of chests. So that is the collection system. It should be able to handle quite a load. Hopefully we get quite a load. I'm really hoping. I mean, I guess it all just depends on how well we light up caves. Although, one thing with these guardians is they do seem to spawn quite well. As long as you give them spaces to spawn. They do spawn very quickly. So, for this farm, we're going to be using... I might be kind of crazy to do this, but I want to use orange stained clay and prismarine blocks. Now, I don't have any prismarine blocks at the moment. That's what this farm is for. And so I'm going to use orange stained clay and cobblestone, and then once I get enough prismarine blocks, I'm going to replace all the cobblestone. I might decide not to later. It's gonna be a bit of work to basically tear this whole farm down again and then rebuild it. But I think it will look a lot cooler with the prismarine blocks. Basically, I'm trying to copy like the colors of the guardians. You know, they're basically the same color as the prismarine blocks, as well as they have their orange spikes. So that's what this is for. And basically, we're just gonna kind of trim it in the orange stained clay. Do something like this, and then on this one we'll do kind of the same thing. Have the orange stained clay around the outside, and then we'll just continue like these lines. So these will continue through here. Nope, just like this, and then in the corners we'll continue. Basically, this dirt will be orange. So yeah, that's what it's gonna kind of look like. And how this is gonna work is we're gonna make a bunch of very flat funnels to push all of the guardians with water streams to the center. And it works fairly well. You know, you don't kill them as fast as you could if you just like dropped them out of a water stream, like a vertical water stream. But it is nicer because instead of having to have a big area to collect all the items. We only have this little 6x6 area, which is kind of the whole point of this. And that, honestly, like the collection of items always seems to be the hardest thing to set up. You know, you either need lots of hoppers or you need a nice minecart system to pick all the items up, or water streams, you know, picking up items, and it's can be quite a mess. So what we're gonna do is just funnel all the guardians to a central location, because that should be a little bit easier, especially since they spawn in the water. So basically the water has double purpose to both give spawning spaces for the guardians and move them to the center. But yeah, let me get this first pad built, and then we'll kind of look at the design that I'm doing. Alright, and there she is, the first pad. I remembered I got a whole inventory full of the prismarine when we took down the temple that we found. So I decided to use it all up on here. You know, make as much of this out of the prismarine as I could, so that I don't have to replace as much later. So I got this, you know, the first 2 rings almost done, and then part of the 3rd ring as well. And I like the look of that. I really like the prismarine there with the orange clay. It looks good. So yeah, it's a pretty simple design thing here. Nothing too fancy about it. Basically, we're gonna put water sources down along this outside. The water is gonna all flow down. I have this, like, we're gonna have water source here and here, and the reason that the corners are like this is so that it doesn't create like a big water source. You know, if we had this go out to here and we had water sources, they would create infinite water sources, and this whole thing would just, this whole top layer I think would turn into a big standing water, which is not what we want. We want all the water to flow down. So of course this first 3 levels are 7 wide, so that the water will flow down, and then this last one is 8 wide, so that it stops right at the edge here. And then we have our big drop. So I guess we can get this first pad started. There's a squid sticking through there. By putting down the water, and hopefully we don't get like guardians all of a sudden spawning and wrecking my face. That'd be not cool while I'm doing this. But yeah, water's flowing down. Should make it, well, it's not going to make it all the way yet. We got to get some more water in. Fill up our buckets. And then we will keep going here. And I must say, this depth strider, I will never have a pair of boots without depth strider 3 again, because this is amazing. I love, you know, you can work around with water streams and it's not a problem. I mean, if I had these things off, this would be really annoying. Very annoying, and you would be constantly falling, or, you know, floating down to the center. Alright, so I'll get some more buckets and just keep filling this. And I missed one. And yeah, water's flowing down to the center. Everything's working, so yeah, I'm gonna get this all filled in, and hopefully we can start getting some guardians to spawn. Wow, I came down here to like light up some caves, hopefully get a little bit better spawn rate, and look at this area. This is the biggest underground area I have ever seen in Minecraft. This is ridiculous. There's a ravine, a rather tall ravine, and rather long one that runs through here, and then just this giant cavern that opens up to the ravine. I don't think I have enough torches for all this. This is ridiculous. Lots of mobs. Some mobs everywhere. Holy crap, get out of here. And there's just caves going off everywhere. This is amazing. I want to build something here. I wish this was on my underground series. Although not really, because I don't know what to do with this, honestly. There's a lot of space. A lot of open space. I suppose you could build a very interesting network of houses or something. That'd be cool. Make a village underground here. That'd be pretty neat. Anyways. Well, this thing is working. Not getting amazing rates, but it is producing some prismarine shards and crystals and such. I AFK'd here overnight, and I got double chest plus almost another row, so that if I made it into bricks, that'd be about 7 stacks of bricks. You know, it's not amazing, and it was quite a bit of time spent here, but at least it's working, and that is the good thing. And we still have lots of cave lighting to do. I did do some, but I ran out of torches, so I'll have to go down some more. And I also, you know, I just have the first pad, and then I started working on a second pad. But yeah, so this is the haul that we've gotten from AFKing for, it's probably been 8 hours total now. That's all the crystals and a bunch of fish. Some good stuff. I think I have a new food source there with all that fish. Delicious. And the collection system seems to be working quite nicely, so that's good. But yeah, you know, right now I'm just kind of AFKing here, trying to build up the prismarine so that I can build this thing out of prismarine instead of, you know, rebuilding it. But I started on the second pad here just to kind of see how well it would increase the rates. Because I'm still not entirely sure on the design. You know, I was planning on doing this, basically just multiple of these layers of these spawning pads. And I should be able to fit quite a few in this area. It looks like Enderman. I think, yeah, I'm gonna have to go through and I'll probably like line this whole wall on the inside with glass. And then we'll take down all this sand so that Enderman can't make water flow in here. But yeah, so what was I saying? Oh yeah. You know, I originally was just thinking of putting multiple pads. I am kind of thinking maybe put like a squid farm, you know, something like you would do with a squid farm where you have like a 2 wide gap with water sources at the top, and the water flows down, and the guardians will spawn in there, and then since the water's flowing down and it's right next to solid blocks, it will push them down, and then they can fall into the pad, and then the water streams will push them to the center. I don't know if that's going to be more effective or if it's going to be about the same or less effective. Honestly, I'm not sure. And the only way to really know for sure is to test it, and the only way to test it is to build it. So I might need to go do some more testing in creative and use MC Edit to build it so I'm not wasting tons of time building it, especially in survival, and just tear it down. But yeah, so we have a guardian farm. It's operational, not 100% effective, but it is operational. Still got a bit of work to do, but I'm glad that it is at least producing some shards. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, peoples.